If you're over 60 and feeling completely drained, if your bedroom performance isn't what it used to be, and you're starting to think your best years are behind you, then pay close attention. What I'm about to reveal might shock you, but it could also completely change your life. 3 simple nuts, foods you can find in any grocery store, might hold the key to boosting your energy, reigniting your drive, and improving blood flow and stamina in ways you haven't experienced in years. No expensive pills, no questionable supplements, just natural whole foods that work with your body's biology instead of against it. Most men have no idea that these 3 specific nuts can support better circulation, stronger erections, and healthier hormone levels naturally. In this video, I'll show you exactly how they work, why they're incredibly powerful when combined together, the biggest mistake older men make that destroys their results, and the simple daily routine that could help you feel like yourself again, faster than you ever imagined. Before we dive deep, if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way, you won't miss any future content designed specifically to help men over 60 feel stronger, more energized, and completely confident every single day. If this video helps you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your feedback helps me create content that truly supports your health and vitality. Now let's get into it, starting with the first powerhouse nut that no man over 60 should ever ignore. This one plays a critical role in restoring blood flow, boosting circulation, and laying the foundation for stronger, longer-lasting performance. The circulation king, let me tell you about a patient named Tom, 68 years old, who walked into my office looking completely defeated. He said, "It's like my body just doesn't respond anymore. I want to be with my wife, but nothing works the way it used to." I hear this story far more often than you'd think, and in Tom's case, just like countless others, the issue wasn't desire, it was blood flow. That's why the very first nut we need to discuss is the humble walnut. It might not look impressive, but it's one of the most powerful foods you can eat to support healthy circulation. If your circulation isn't strong, everything else falls apart. Erections, energy, mental clarity, it all begins and ends with proper blood flow. Walnuts are absolutely packed with L-arginine, an amino acid that helps your body produce nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the natural gas that relaxes your blood vessels and allows blood to flow more freely throughout your entire system. When you're younger, your body produces plenty of it naturally, but after 60, those levels drop dramatically. That's exactly where walnuts step in, helping restore that natural function and keeping your vessels open, flexible, and responsive. They're also incredibly rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce dangerous inflammation and improve overall cardiovascular health. These are 2 things that matter deeply to any man looking to perform at his absolute best, both in and out of the bedroom. I've had numerous men tell me that after adding just a small handful of walnuts each evening, their energy returned within weeks. They were waking up with better morning erections, feeling mentally sharper throughout the day, and experiencing more stamina during physical activities. This isn't some miracle cure. It's simply biology working exactly the way it's supposed to when you give it the right nutritional support. The beautiful thing about walnuts is how easy they are to incorporate into your daily routine. No prescriptions, no complicated protocols, just a natural tool that your body actually recognizes and knows precisely how to use effectively. So if you've been feeling sluggish, if your erections haven't been as firm as they once were, or if your overall drive feels like it's been steadily declining, this one simple change alone might start turning things around dramatically. But walnuts are only one piece of this powerful equation. The next nut we're about to uncover doesn't just support blood flow, it directly boosts erection strength and staying power in ways that have actually been proven in legitimate clinical studies. You absolutely won't want to miss this crucial information. If you're still here, and these insights are speaking directly to you, go ahead and comment the number 1 below so I know you're following along. And this message is reaching the right men who need it most. The erection booster, A few years ago, I had a patient named Richard, 72 years old, healthy overall, but quietly frustrated with his performance. "It's like I'm there mentally," he told me, "but physically my body just isn't showing up anymore." He had tried prescription pills, but they left him feeling lightheaded, flushed, and frankly embarrassed about the side effects. What he wanted was a completely natural solution, something that worked harmoniously with his body instead of against it. That's when I introduced him to pistachios, and the results were remarkable. Most people think of pistachios as just another snack food, but what they don't realize is that pistachios are one of the very few foods clinically proven to improve erectile function naturally. In a fascinating study conducted in Turkey, men who added pistachios to their daily diet for just 3 weeks experienced significant improvements in erection firmness, duration, and overall sexual satisfaction. No medications, no tricks, just real food delivering real measurable results. Pistachios are rich in arginine, much like walnuts, which helps your body dramatically increase nitric oxide production. That translates directly to better blood flow, especially to the areas where you need it most for optimal performance. But what truly sets pistachios apart from other nuts is their unique combination of powerful antioxidants, healthy fats, and plant sterols. These are nutrients that specifically support vascular health, reduce harmful inflammation throughout your body, and even help lower dangerous cholesterol levels. All of this adds up to one incredible outcome: significantly better performance with more confidence and far less frustration. When Richard added a small handful of pistachios to his daily routine, usually right after lunch, he started noticing changes within just 2 weeks. He experienced stronger morning erections, more spontaneous desire throughout the day, and best of all, a genuine sense that his body was finally responding again like it used to. He told me it's like something just clicked, like my entire system suddenly turned back on after being dormant for years. If you've been feeling disconnected from your physical self, or if performance anxiety has crept into your intimate moments, pistachios may be the quiet, natural solution you've been overlooking all along. They're affordable, easy to find at any store, and surprisingly powerful in their effects. But what if I told you there's one more nut that doesn't just help with blood flow or erection strength, but actually supports your hormone levels from the inside out naturally? This next one is a complete game changer for testosterone production, sustained energy levels, and even prostate health. It may very well be the most important discovery of them all. The hormone restorer. Let me share the story of Gary, 66 years old, sharp-minded, physically active, and still deeply in love with his wife. But something felt fundamentally wrong. He told me, "I just don't feel like myself anymore. My energy isn't there, I'm not as interested in sex, and it's like my entire body is slowing down even though I'm trying everything to fight it." He was doing all the conventional right things: walking daily, eating relatively clean, staying hydrated. But something much deeper was seriously out of balance, and that's when I asked him about selenium levels. He looked at me completely confused because, like most men, he had never even heard of this critical mineral. That's where Brazil nuts come into the picture. These aren't your everyday snack nuts. Brazil nuts are absolutely loaded with selenium, one of the most powerful but completely overlooked minerals for men's optimal health. Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts per day can dramatically support testosterone production, improve sperm quality and motility, and even protect your prostate from age-related problems. The major problem is that selenium isn't something your body can produce on its own. It depends entirely on what you consume through your diet, and the older you get, the more absolutely critical adequate selenium becomes for maintaining masculine vitality. When Gary started eating just 1 Brazil nut each morning with his coffee, things began changing gradually at first. Better mood stability, less brain fog, increased motivation and drive. But by the end of the first month, he noticed something even more significant. His libido had returned naturally. He wasn't forcing anything or trying to manufacture desire. It was completely organic, like his body had been patiently waiting for permission to feel like a man again. The absolute beauty of Brazil nuts lies in their elegant simplicity. You don't need handfuls of them throughout the day. In fact, consuming too many can actually cause more harm than good due to selenium toxicity. But that single nut consumed daily becomes a kind of hormonal insurance policy, keeping your testosterone levels optimized, your energy stable and consistent, and your performance capacity ready when you need it most. If you've been feeling like your masculine spark is slowly dimming, like you're inexplicably tired for no apparent reason, or your natural desire just isn't there anymore the way it used to be, this one simple nut could be the quiet hormonal reset your entire system has been desperately waiting for. Now, what happens when you strategically combine all three of these powerful nuts together, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts, into one comprehensive daily routine? The answer might genuinely surprise you because it's not just about their individual nutrients working separately. They actually work together synergistically in ways that dramatically supercharge their individual benefits far beyond what you'd expect. Why these three nuts work better together. One crucial thing I've learned after decades of working directly with men is this: the human body doesn't heal or optimize in isolation. It thrives on synergy, on having the right nutritional pieces working together harmoniously, not just functioning separately in disconnected ways. That's exactly what happens when you bring walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts together into one strategic daily routine. Each nut individually offers incredible health benefits, but when thoughtfully combined, they create something truly remarkable. They support and amplify one another in ways your entire body can genuinely feel and respond to. Let me share a story that really stuck with me. A patient named Dan, 71 years old, had tried each of these nuts at different points over the years, but never with any real consistency or strategic approach. He'd snack on pistachios for a while, then completely forget about them. A few months later, he'd read something about walnuts and try those sporadically. It was always hit or miss, never systematic. He came to me saying, "I've tried all this nutritional stuff over the years, but I honestly don't feel any different or better." So I asked him to try something completely different, not just to eat the nuts randomly, but to commit to consuming all three together every single day for exactly 21 days straight without missing a single day. What happened after those 3 weeks was absolutely incredible. Dan returned and said, "I honestly don't know what's happening, but I've got significantly more energy in the mornings. I feel lighter and more optimistic throughout the day. And my wife even noticed that I'm more present and engaged with her." That last word really stuck with me, presence, because that's exactly what this powerful combination delivers to men. Not just measurable physical improvements, but a completely renewed sense of being fully alive and engaged in your own body again, perhaps for the first time in years. The walnut supports and enhances blood flow, opening up the crucial pathways that keep your heart, brain, and erectile function strong and responsive. The pistachio builds directly on that solid foundation, improving erection quality and staying power in measurable ways. And the Brazil nut works quietly behind the scenes, restoring your hormonal engine and giving you that masculine edge from the inside out naturally. It's a complete full-circle approach that systematically addresses the three most common and frustrating challenges men face after 60: compromised circulation, declining performance, and diminished drive. And here's the absolute best part. This doesn't require any major lifestyle changes or complicated protocols. It's a simple 5-minute daily habit that delivers genuinely powerful returns on your investment. But of course, even the most perfect plan can be completely sabotaged by one common mistake that I see far too often. It's something that could quietly cancel out all your progress without you even realizing it's happening. The one mistake most men make one of the most challenging parts of my work isn't diagnosing physical problems or prescribing solutions. It's helping men recognize that they've quietly, gradually given up on themselves. Not in some dramatic, all-at-once way, but slowly and subtly over months and years. It usually starts with a casual shrug when energy drops, a little less drive here and there, maybe a few awkward or disappointing moments in the bedroom that get brushed aside. And instead of asking why these things are happening or actively looking for practical solutions, most men just accept it with a resigned attitude of, I guess this is just part of getting older. That mindset right there, that quiet resignation and acceptance of decline is absolutely the biggest mistake I witness. It's not what your body is physically doing that hurts you most over time. It's what you're no longer doing in response to those changes. The waiting, the ignoring, the assuming that nothing meaningful can change or improve. That's what slowly but surely steals your vitality and masculine energy, not the aging process itself. I remember having a conversation with a man named Bill, 69 years old, recently retired, still full of humor and intelligence. But there was an unmistakable heaviness in his voice when he said, I just figured this declining energy and performance was my new normal reality, and I needed to accept it. That statement absolutely broke my heart because I knew with complete certainty it wasn't true. Bill didn't need some miracle cure or fountain of youth. He didn't need to magically go back 30 years. He simply needed a small but significant shift in how he approached his daily health and a renewed willingness to stop writing himself off as finished or past his prime. So I encouraged him to do one beautifully simple thing. Start incorporating the nuts we've discussed, start walking regularly again, and most importantly, start believing that meaningful progress and improvement were still absolutely possible at his age. Within just a few weeks, the same man who thought he was permanently fading out started feeling genuinely like himself again. Sharper mentally, more physically alive, and deeply connected to his body and capabilities in ways he'd forgotten were possible. The real mistake isn't in the natural aging process itself. The mistake is in prematurely assuming that aging automatically means complete surrender of vitality and performance. It absolutely doesn't. Not if you stay curious about solutions, take consistent action, and give your body exactly what it needs to function the way it was originally designed to. Your simple daily vitality routine. I've had countless men come to me feeling completely overwhelmed by all the conflicting health advice circulating everywhere. Supplement bottles stacked high on their kitchen counters, health books half read and forgotten, contradictory advice from friends, doctors, and internet sources, all pulling them in completely different directions simultaneously. I always tell them exactly the same thing. Lasting, meaningful change doesn't come from doing more random things. It comes from doing the right specific things consistently over time, without fail. That's precisely why I designed this daily routine to be elegantly simple, completely sustainable, and deeply effective in its results. It doesn't require an expensive gym membership, a complicated meal planning system, or a dozen different pills and supplements. Just a few intentional nutritional choices, done consistently every single day, that work together synergistically to rebuild what the aging process has gradually worn down. Here's exactly what I recommend, and it's beautifully straightforward. First, start your morning with just one Brazil nut. It's small, easy to remember, and delivers a powerful, optimal dose of selenium to support your testosterone production and protect your prostate health naturally. Many of my patients keep a small jar right in their bathroom, consuming one nut immediately after brushing their teeth. No excuses, no forgetting, no complications. Midday, grab a small handful of unsalted pistachios, especially if you've been experiencing that familiar afternoon energy crash. They'll help stabilize your blood sugar levels, improve circulation throughout your system, and provide your body with the specific nutrients it needs to boost erection strength and endurance naturally. Plus, they make an excellent, satisfying snack that actually serves a purpose. Then in the evening, about 1 hour before bedtime, reach for a small handful of fresh walnuts. This not only supports overnight blood flow repair and optimization, but also helps calm systemic inflammation and prepares your entire body for deep, restorative rest and recovery. Think of it as premium fuel for your body's repair processes while you sleep peacefully. That's genuinely it. 3 small, simple steps repeated consistently every single day. And yet, I've personally witnessed these straightforward choices radically transform the lives of men who honestly thought their best, most vital days were permanently behind them. They regained sustainable energy, renewed confidence, and deeper intimacy with their partners. Not by chasing perfection or following complicated protocols, but by consistently honoring their body with exactly the right nutritional fuel at precisely the right times throughout each day. Your journey starts today. If you've made it this far in the video, I want to speak directly to you, not as a healthcare professional behind a desk, but as someone who's personally listened to hundreds of men just like you. Men who felt their physical strength gradually slipping away, their energy mysteriously fading, and their confidence quietly disappearing over time. Men who have loved deeply, worked incredibly hard, provided generously for others their entire lives, and suddenly found themselves asking the painful question, "What about me? Where did the man I used to be actually go?" That question is far more common than you might think, and it's absolutely not a sign of weakness to ask it honestly. It's actually a clear sign that you still care deeply about yourself, that you still genuinely want to feel alive, strong, and fully present in your own body and relationships. The encouraging truth is that you absolutely can feel that way again, starting right now. You've now learned about 3 simple but incredibly powerful foods that can change everything. Walnuts to open up your blood flow and keep your circulation strong and responsive. Pistachios to bring genuine power back to your performance and support natural, lasting erections. And Brazil nuts to quietly restore your hormonal balance and protect your prostate health with nothing more than 1 small daily dose. Separately, each one has the demonstrated ability to make a meaningful difference in how you feel and perform. But together, they work in perfect harmony, supporting your heart, your hormones, and your fundamental manhood naturally and effectively. The key now is unwavering consistency. A Brazil nut in the morning, a handful of pistachios midday, a few walnuts before bed. These aren't just random snacks you're consuming. They're powerful statements about your commitment to yourself. They say, "I'm absolutely not finished yet. I still have so much more to give, and I completely deserve to feel strong and vital in my own body." Because the real transformation isn't just in how you feel physically, though that's certainly important. It's in how you start to carry yourself again with renewed purpose, more upright, more engaged, more connected to the people you love most. I've witnessed this incredible transformation happen far too many times to doubt its reality. I've seen that masculine spark return, the shoulders lift with confidence, genuine smiles return, and relationships deepen significantly. Not because of some magical cure or expensive treatment, but because a man made the conscious choice to believe his life wasn't over, simply because a calendar indicated he was past 60 years old. So if today's message stirred something meaningful within you, if even one part of this information spoke directly to that part of you that's been quiet for far too long, then I sincerely invite you to begin this journey today. Start immediately with small, consistent steps. Fuel your body properly, reclaim your natural strength, and remind yourself and everyone around you that your absolute best years didn't end, they're just getting started with renewed purpose. You still have precious time. You still have incredible power within you. You still have a man worth fighting for with everything you've got. If this video helped you in any meaningful way, if it gave you genuine hope, practical clarity, or even just an important reminder that your health and vitality still matter tremendously, I'd truly appreciate it if you took a moment to like this video. It helps the platform recognize that this content provides real value and helps more men over 60 find the guidance and support they truly deserve. If you know someone who could benefit from this information, perhaps a close friend, brother, or father, please don't keep it to yourself. Share it generously because you never know whose life you might positively impact by simply passing this message along to someone who needs it. Drop a comment below and share what stood out most to you, what you plan to try first, or simply type "I'm starting today" so I know you're making that crucial first move toward reclaiming your vitality. Your feedback and personal stories keep this important mission alive and help me create even better content for men who refuse to give up on themselves. Thanks for watching and for taking complete charge of your health and future. Your action today matters more than you know.